We're Brian and Bethany Ball. We've been going to Chapel Point for about 6 months. We started around Easter time, and we've really enjoyed our time here. We've been able to get plugged in. We did the membership class. I'm originally from Tennessee, and Bethany's from Fruitport, just down the road a little bit, and we met in college. We've been married for 3 years. And
we have a two and a half year old daughter and a 9-month-old daughter. I stay home with them, and Brian is a math teacher at Kelloggville High School.
Yep.
We got married in Tennessee, lived there for our first year, had Brenna 5 days before our first anniversary, and then 2.5 months later we moved to China. So then we spent our next year of marriage in China, and then we moved back and moved in with my parents, and then 7 months later bought this house. So it's been one huge transition after another. You know, starting my motherhood in a different country was kind of a lot. And I mean, there was the cultural things as well that I was dealing with. So it was really lonely. And just, I didn't really enjoy it, and I didn't feel purpose in it. Just feel like in all of those transitions have realized that my foundation was not as strong as I thought it was. I was 16 when I first went overseas and thought, this is what the Lord has for me. And I just was confident in that, and I just knew that. And he put that desire in my heart, so I'm gonna do it. Then I got over there, and it was a lot harder than I thought it was. And I just didn't have a foundation in the Word, and I wasn't reading my Bible at all. I didn't have other people to keep me accountable. We weren't going to church. We stopped going halfway through because it was during nap time. And, you know, he brought us here and has now surrounded us by really amazing people that have challenged us in ways that we've never been challenged before.
Yeah.
And now I feel like we do have a foundation, and their desire is still to go back overseas. I mean, the desire has not left. It just didn't feel like
it's just now
right
do it
timing.
when it's the right time to do it, and not just do it because it's what we both really, really want to do.
Yeah.
I grew up in a church where you just kind of went to church, and church served you. Going through the membership class and hearing about how we should be active participants. And so me as a high school teacher in public schools, I don't get to really talk about my faith openly with kids. And so I love, like right away, I just jumped in with the youth group. On a more personal level for me, I really jumped into precept groups. Like one of the things that I really have struggled with in my walk with Christ is being dedicated to reading the Bible. Because of that precept group, I'm now getting up earlier to make sure I get my stuff done. And the accountability from guys in that group is really awesome. Learning how to be the leader of the house, and what that looks like. And even though it's awkward sometimes when you pray together, because you're not used to doing that, you know, just working through that together and having so many opportunities for growth as a man, like with the different things that are offered at Chapel Point, has meant a lot to me, and it's made a difference in our relationship too. Like we've definitely grown closer as we've been, like the more that we press into like the opportunities that Chapel Point gives us, then the better our relationship gets, our marriage gets.
For me, it's reaching out to the ladies that are in our community here in our neighborhood. And Brian, for Mother's Day, I read the book called The Turquoise Table. And so we're front yard people, and so we like to host events there, or just sit out there with cookies and talk to our neighbors. You just don't know who needs help and who needs to just sit and eat a cookie. So we like to be able to do that.
And it's worth it. I mean, Jesus is worth it. So you want to continue to reach out to people even if they're not receptive at first. Because I mean, that's what Christ does for us, and that's what he's done for us in our marriage too, is that he's been there every step of the way. And even when we didn't feel like it, even when we were trapped in an airport in Shanghai, with a little 2-month-old daughter, you know, he was still there. I remember praying, Lord, I need someone that speaks English, and I need it right now. And then like 10 seconds later, the guy walks up. Hello, are you lost? Perfect English.
And it was that or finding a flight back to the U.S.
Yeah, if that guy didn't show up, we were going to turn right around and get back on a plane to Detroit and be done. Like, that's where we were at, and the Lord stepped in right there. And even though it wasn't going to be the experience that we thought it was going to be, he still brought us there. So to me, there's a lesson to be learned, even through hard times. And so that's kind of, you know, how he's been guiding us. You know, he's a good father.